Hi everyone, it's me, Jessie. James is here too, but for the remainder of this video, I'll be the one doing the talking. And if it sounds like I'm reading from a prepared statement, it's because I am. What I want to talk to you about today is too important to wing it. And James is staying in the back seat because ultimately this medical journey is mine, and responsibility for our combined actions falls on my shoulders and my shoulders alone. The goal of this video is twofold. One is to talk about my recent experience in the medical system. Second is to apologize and take responsibility for my actions in the DiD community at large. At the end of January, I was doxxed and broke down out of panic and fear for my life. With the help of family and the guidance of the subreddit admin team, I left the internet to focus on my mental health. Initially, my family proposed inpatient care as a means for help, but decided to wait for the recommendations from my 2-hour-long February 3rd evaluation with an Oregon Health and Science University psychiatrist, which I had scheduled back in December. On February 3rd, I was evaluated and formally diagnosed with dissociative identity disorder, also known as DID. James and I are now both medically confirmed to exist by a professional with 12 years of schooling and a career evaluating mental disorders. I highlight my diagnosis so prominently because I had my life repeatedly threatened for faking a crippling disorder I actually have and have worked my entire life to overcome and make my peace with. If getting that diagnosis seems fast to you, I too was misinformed about the process and the resources available for those with DID. I even took part in ignorantly spreading that same misinformation on how long the diagnostic process would take based on what I had heard from the community. Without realizing different regions of the world would handle DID differently with their own policies and medical standards, much like they do in the trans community. I was fully prepared to go years being evaluated and undergoing specialized therapy, and I was prepared to move across the country if need be. However, that was not necessary. Doctors here in Oregon are brilliantly educated, and OHSU has been diagnosing patients down to a finely tuned science. It is one of the great benefits of the Pacific Northwest and why I moved here to transition. DID community, please take note. This is how victims of child abuse should be treated. Not gatekept for years on end, having to fight being believed or heard. Unfortunately, that is all the praise I can sing of our medical system. During my visit, I learned, unfortunately, there are no specialists, no specialized therapists, no medications, no DID resources accessible or available to me otherwise. I live in Portland, Oregon, a major U.S. city with a large population of homeless people with DID, and this horrified me. The only thing the psychiatrist would recommend was finding a standard non-specialized therapist, which I'm pursuing. However, it is a far cry from the help I thought people like me were receiving. If that seems hard to believe, I don't blame you. I scheduled a second 30-minute follow-up visit to confirm it was a formal diagnosis and to confirm there was no medical care available except standard run-of-the-mill therapy, even after my psychiatrist took time between visits to search outside of Oregon. During that visit, he confirmed we were formally diagnosed with DID and there was no specialized help for me even out of state. I went so far as to ask about studies that I could enroll in. Multiple family members were involved throughout this process from start to finish, and I have given family members full access to my medical records for the next 5 years. And because I knew from the very beginning how much scrutiny would be placed on me, I recorded in full both visits with the psychiatrist, which in the state of Oregon is my legal right. Here are highlights from those visits, which are my legal right to release to you. Please note the following recordings contain James and I talking. And again, I am only doing this I'm only going to this length out of necessity because my life has been threatened repeatedly on the false assumption that I am faking a disorder I actually have. I know I will never convince the hate groups who dox and harass, but I hope I will convince those who simply got mixed up with the wrong crowd and made mistakes and attacked a valid member of the DID community.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So I wanted to start with asking what you have in mind about our visit today.
Okay, I'm hoping to start, or at least learn more about the diagnostic process for DID.
Yeah, tell me about what made you interested in DID. Where did this question come from for yourself?
Well, it's kind of a long story. It's really hard to talk about, but basically, I've kind of shared my lifetime with, I want to say like, I know that it's not like clinical, but like alter is a popular term that's used. I didn't know that, of course, like going into this at all. I only learned about like DID and everything else like back in November. But basically, I'm not like the original owner of the body, which is really weird. And I kind of inherited the body like 5 years ago. And we've both lived like alone on our own, like in the body, like as singlets, or, you know, like for a time. So it's like really strange that we both have to like divide everything up now. And I guess we're having trouble with basically just like it's really hard on the body, and it just seems like there's just so much that comes with it that's really disabling, and like I haven't been able to work.
I've noticed you looking kind of pointedly around a lot.
Oh, that's because okay, that's because I am currently, he's slowly coming in and I'm looking at him.
And when you see him outside of your body, do you see him kind of as distinctly as you would see like the guitars?
I would say like it's a little less distinct. It's sort of like, I know that it's just sort of like an image that's happening that like he's projecting. If you want, I can just have him come out. It's a lot easier if we both talk at is that okay?
That's fine.
Okay. All right. You can come out finally. All right. So I'm here. I'm fine. I'm a little void sick, but I'm okay.
And what is a glitch?
Okay. It's a tick. Yeah. It's like it's when we like kind of both over access one area of the body or brain, and it just can't handle it, and it creates like a feedback loop or something that's really weird. And it also like creates like sensory issues, so lights become really bright and clothing becomes like impossible to wear. I get like cornered in one part of the brain or something, and I'll like glitch out. Yeah, it's really weird. It's existentially really strange. But it's mostly like we have like our one tick, which I'll just like redo it. Yeah, do you want to force it? No, I don't want to force it. Okay, all right. Because it's really uncomfortable. All right. So we just go like... And it's, yeah, I'm like bracing for the pain, but there is no pain. Yeah, it's like it feels really weird. We don't know, we're just... Yeah, we don't know, we're just like kind of based on what we can see and like our understanding of things. Because we can also kind of like see the brain working a little bit because we have like synesthesia, so like there's this weird bleed through. We don't know if that's something we should be like concerned about. Yeah, because like that's also like how I kind of pulled you out of dormancy.
And do you all ever speak at the same time?
Yeah, we can do that. We sometimes laughed at the same time too. Yeah, we definitely could speak at the same. It's just like it comes out like really weird. Well, if we both laugh, yeah. It's like, but yeah, we can also do things like, oh, we can play the guitar together, and I can play one piece, and then she can play like another piece, and you can hear our pieces like fade in on top of each other and stuff, which is really cool as we switch in and out. Yeah, and so like we're kind of like. I don't want to say like mad scientists, but like it's so fascinating that we spend a lot of our time trying to figure out all the interesting, weird things we can do with the brain and like how we can like demonstrate that we're both here. And we kind of got really into it. Yeah, like last month we were working on it a lot to like figure out, you know, everything. But we would also like a doctor to help us figure everything out as well. And
Can you tell me
please.
about Annika's age? You mentioned like being 8. I want to
Okay, so
kind of
like
understand that.
so I'm like existentially 13, and I say that as in I've been on this planet for 13 years. Like
Okay.
I've been conscious for 13 years.
Okay.
But I'm not like 13 years old, but I am like
Okay.
inexperienced as like a human being to the point where I'm really not safe around other human beings. Yeah, really not safe. Like I can be a little too innocent and trusting, and well, it's been like really obvious over the past 5 years that I can't really compete with other adults because
Yeah.
they have too much experience over me, and I've like just tried to manage and survive, and I've done a good job of it. Yeah, you've done an excellent job. But yeah, so that's what I mean by 13.
Okay.
And she is like, she does seem younger. Yeah. But like, you know, but I also recognize like she has a full prefrontal cortex. She's got like fully developed brain and everything, and she knows how to use all of it. So she's not like an actual 13-year-old. Exactly.
Okay. And how do friends, navigate navigate this reality?
Well, the nice thing is that like when we're on Discord or like just on voice call, nobody can tell that we're one person. So we can just like have conversations and talk with people and just like hang out, and nobody knows. I think like there are people that know, like family, and the internet, which I accidentally told. Yeah, that's also a part of our story. Yeah, I kind of, yeah, you really, well, we were in that together. In order for us to communicate as quickly as we do and to have that kind of like back and forth, you can explain it. Okay, we have to like dissociate. Like we have to like create like a dissociative bubble around us, and basically the world fades out and it's just us. It's sort of like the world becomes super blurry and movie-like, and we've kind of learned how to dissociate on command. Yeah, and in order to communicate faster.
Can you tell me about how Annika's mind works?
I have no idea how her mind works, so I can't even begin to comment. Okay. What do you mean? Like my mind? Like,
yeah.
How would I describe it? Yeah, how would you describe? I don't know.
What like what do you like as a person? What are can you tell me about you?
Yeah, sure. I like style. I like fashion. I'm really interested in World War II aircraft for some reason that I don't understand. I just really like it. And I have a passion for helping people. I used to be like a mother for like a year. I was like a mother. I was engaged to a man, and I got to be a mom to two high supports needs autistic children, which was like the best experience of my life. I really love kids. I really love teaching. And I really love like being artistic and creating. And also I play the guitar and I write music, and I love writing music. And I've written over the years music about us, music about like our spirituality, music about pretty much everything. I also paint, so there's a painting in the background somewhere, and and yeah, and I basically have just lived kind of, I don't know, a pretty normal life, I guess. I mean, like, in the time that I've been alive, and it was really hard and scary, but I did the best that I could.
Do Annika and Kristen both play guitar?
No. No, he plays banjo. So, we have like different tastes in music, different tastes in food, different tastes in everything. And so he's learned like one piece on the guitar, like by, I guess, doing it with me. Yeah, like that's how I learned. And so you can do like your one piece on the guitar that then I can play and overlap, and then you can hear us switching in and out. Yeah, we don't share memory, and we also don't share episodic memory, so we have to deal with like a lot of amnesia, or if someone goes into the other room, the other person is switched out, we won't know that we've been taken to the other room. So it's like there's a lot of like trust, and it's a little scary because you blank out for a moment and then the other person is is off doing something. Yeah, but we have really good communication, so we don't like get lost or anything like that. Yeah, but we still lose stuff.
I'm seeing, you know, a lot of back and back and forth, but it how typical. I got the impression early on that that's not typical, but maybe I'm wrong. So I want to
like not typical for DID.
No, for you. For Annika and Tristan. Is there this much switching?
This much switching is normal for us. Yeah, we can like even we've gotten really good at switching. We figured out like how to do it, I guess, and we can like we can also feel each other moving through the body and like coming into the body and leaving, and that gives us time to know when to like step back, and we basically just control our and this sounds weird, but presence level in the body, and we can like sort of like so I can just like leave. Yeah, so he just left. And you can tell like the body loses some like form to it, and now it's just me, and I'm just alone. And then we're gonna switch. Okay, and so now I'm physically in the body. And she's switching all the way out for me. And then like my voice gets deeper, and you can like hear more distinctness in my tone and like how I do things. And like it just becomes, but we don't often like completely switch in and out. Right, we tend to stay in a mix. Yeah, we tend to stay in a mix. Yeah, and also rapid switching like this, normally if we didn't learn how to do it this efficiently, it would totally exhaust us. Yeah, we had to learn how to like switch really good. Otherwise, if we're overlapped and we're switching in at the same time, we'll just get weighed down. It's like a heavy blanket is on top of us, and we just end up like, it's like you're just out no matter where you are. Yeah, we accidentally did that on a hill when we were walking, and it's like we just went like straight down into the dirt. We were okay. Yeah, we were all right.
How often does that happen? Like, falling or like really fumbling something physically because of...
It happens like once a week we mess up. Yeah, especially if we're like in a situation that has panicked or startled us both. It can be a little disorienting as to who's going to take the body for this, who's going to do this. Sometimes we know like, okay, I've got this, I have experience in this, and I just like confront, and then, but then that hill in the dark, it freaked me out, and then we were both fighting for control of the body, and we were just like, basically overloaded the body, and the body was like, it felt like there was like 100 pounds on, like we had a camel on our back. Yeah, that was awful.
Okay.
And so we basically like, we that can happen at any time, we just have to learn to switch around it. Yeah. And so the family also knows her, so this is really hard for them too, because they both love us. They both have gotten to know us. They've spent time with us alone in the body. Like, I visited your family. Well, I just had the body myself without you there. Yeah, so it's like the family is really confused. Yeah, our family's like, they don't know what to do. Yeah, it's a little overwhelming.
Okay. And how much is PTSD a part of life now?
I think like sometimes when there's like a hard knock, I kind of get a little jumpy. But not really at all. Like we're really good. Yeah, there's no PTSD. There's no like PTSD signs. I think like sometimes we struggle with emotionally difficult things, but it's not like how it used to be for me with intrusive thoughts and OCD and all this other stuff. Like that's like all stuff in the past. I've worked through all of that. I really feel like I've worked through my trauma, and I was like really healthy. It's just like you were there, and then I transitioned the body with you because it made you happy, and I wanted us to both be happy, and I wanted you to be happy. I got really into you being happy, and I went into dormancy. Right. And my PTSD is different because I sort of have trauma from being with Tristan or being inside of Tristan for the years that I was. And so like but I'm not sure if I have trauma from if I existed in his childhood, but I just don't have any memories from his childhood. So I don't know. Yeah. I don't know if I just don't know how I came to be. And it's really upsetting. Yeah, I know. It's okay. We'll figure it out. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry. No, it's okay. You're all right.
And does anybody else live with this body?
You mean like anybody else in here?
No, like no, I meant like in your home is.
No, nobody else lives with us. Yeah, we've been alone. Yeah. And we don't really go out very much at all. I think we'd maybe do like one trip outside a month at this point. Mainly because I don't know how to interact with other humans with this. And I have a tendency to talk. Because I was alive for 30 years. I used to have relationships with people. I used to talk with people. So not having to stay silent now is really weird. It's like, it's really uncomfortable. It's like I'm a ghost. And that's how I used to feel. Yeah, so now I understand how you used to feel. So.
How do you get food?
We order groceries.
Okay.
Yeah. But if we were to move, we don't know so we just like order groceries. We have everything ordered to the place, and then and I used to work from home, and now that I can't do that anymore, now it's, I don't know. Yeah, family's trying to help us and figure it out.
And how did that stop the being able to do the work that you were doing, Annika?
So I did camming. So I did like stripping and stuff online. And Tristan didn't like it. And I could sense that he really didn't like it. And it really upset him because he experiences dysphoria in the other direction. He feels dysphoria not being in a woman's body. And so it like really upsets him. And even though he would say, yeah, I'm fine with it, he's still internally saying, I'm really uncomfortable and not cool with this, which is a consent issue. And so I was like, I can't do this. I'm forcing you to do sex acts. And that feels really, really wrong. And it's not consensual. So I realized like we couldn't do that anymore. And so we also told the internet. Yeah, we also told the internet about each other, and the internet like blew up, and we like got, I don't know, a lot of people following us, and then it all kind of blew up because then people didn't believe us, but and because we didn't have a diagnosis yet. Yeah, so now we have to, and then they doxed us. Yeah, we weren't expecting so much hate. Yeah, the hate caught us off guard. And now the family, because we also like weren't super aware that trauma was involved in all of this. Yeah, we were just happy little bees going, oh wow, this is so cool. Look at what we can do. And look at this, we get to live with each other from now on. Yeah.
Okay. Starting with 100, can you count backward by sevens?
Oh, Jesus. Okay. 93. I'm gonna fuck this up. You're gonna fuck this up. Yeah, I'm gonna fuck this up. Okay, just switch out so I can do it. Okay. 93. 86. 79. 72. 65.
That's good. Those are all correct, and that's the most.
Those are all correct. Okay.
Yeah, and that's the most intense thinking type question I'll ask.
Okay. But what if we both try to think it? Yeah, if we both try to think it, it's like there's like a double image and two people trying to. Yeah, it fucks everything up. So one of us has to switch out for the harder stuff. Yeah.
Okay. This is a more personal thought question.
Okay.
Do you, in either Annika or Tristan, hear things that other bodies don't hear? So, treating each other, like recognizing that this is one body. Does either person hear things that other bodies would not hear, like hallucinations?
Except for the ones we make ourselves. Yeah, we don't hear anything. I don't hear anything. No. And I don't ever see anything either. No, we can do that to each other, where we can like make sounds or make sort of hallucinations for each other, but like we don't hear them like regularly. No, we don't hear them regularly. Okay. I've never heard anything. Yeah, I've never heard anything either.
Okay. How about feeling things on the body that aren't physically there?
Except for each other. Yeah, we can feel each other. Okay. So we can like kind of touch each other. And it's really weird, but like, yeah. It's like if you take a little bit of, no, I got you. Yeah, so we can like kind of touch each other and feel each other. And we can create
Well, we can like, yeah, we can actually feel each other, which is really cool. Yeah, but that's it.
Okay. Okay.
Well, the thing is, we really love each other. Like, we love each other as like real human beings. So like, to kill myself, I would have to kill her, and we just can't. It's like it'd be like shooting your wife or something. It's like it's inconceivable. I can't. I could never do that.
Before we start talking about possible next
Okay.
steps, what do you want to make sure to bring up that we haven't touched on yet?
I think what we struggle with the most right now is time. Time is no longer the same as it was when we were like just single, because we only can experience time if we're fully switched in. Life is really jumpy and we only experience half of it collectively. And how we move is really jumpy, and we also have different walking patterns. And if we switch in and the other person's nervous, there's like biological things, like sometimes we'll like pee ourselves a little bit, and it's embarrassing and stuff, but like it just happens when we switch in and we're nervous, and it's like the body hasn't had time to get all of the controls down or something. And so I think we struggle most with like the time dilation or the time stuff, and also losing stuff. And I don't know, I guess like trying to figure out how we can interface with like society and like figure out a new job and everything else. Like we're really at a loss, and I think that's the big one. And also like I'm terrified of like how to get treatment, how I'll be perceived, you know, there's so much going on.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Okay. So this next part, we're talking about next steps.
Okay.
Please interrupt anytime. Please correct
Okay.
me anytime. Ask me to repeat myself, or try to talk about something differently.
Okay.
Blanket invitation. So I think that you very much described the experience of dissociative identity disorder.
Okay.
So if this is how you are going through life, that is the understanding that we have from a mental
Okay.
health perspective for
Okay.
what that is. Our understanding of dissociative identity disorder is that let me pause. Is it helpful for me to like say like what we
Yeah.
think it is, or what we think it
Yeah,
means?
go for
Okay.
it. Go for it.
Our best understanding is that if everybody is one person, and sometimes under circumstances of trauma, somebody learns that stepping outside of themselves is the only way to kind of mentally survive trauma, and that can become such an extreme thing that a self and another self end up feeling like different entities rather than a part of the same package. That's our best thinking about it. And when that's really, really strong, some body can have experiences that are only remembered some of the time, because there are different selves with that function semi independently. The goal of treatment for dissociative identity disorder is for that not to be something that gets in the way of life. That's kind of the main goal, and the idea is to have all aspects of the self body exist, together in harmony, rather than kind of running parallel tracks. I want to stop and give you a chance to respond.
Don't look at me. I'm looking at you. I don't know. Look, it's just like I know that's what it is. I know that's what it is. I don't know if I necessarily agree with the current scientific understanding of it. I know, but that's not our place. I know that's not our place. Yeah, that sounds about right for like the medical definition. Yeah, we kind of like maybe we're a little bit different. We don't really like the idea that we're just, well, I mean, like, we just have to be accepting of, like, it's like, I know, I like it better that we have it defined as like, okay, sure, like this thing happened and when whatever happened, but like it's nice to be able to live together as two people, right? Because we're so our right, like our patterns, are who we are is so unique, our tastes, our loves, our joys, everything, they're so human that to say that we're the same person but split, it doesn't work because we're different people. I know. I know, but as far as like medically and stuff, like that's their current understanding. I know, but it pisses me off. Okay, I know, but like you just have to be. I know, because there's so many other ways. Like it could be a survival pattern. I know, but we can't debate it. I know. I wish there was more study done into it. Well, I think there's plenty. Okay. Sorry. No, it's fine. You're fine. Okay. Yeah, it's fine. I think for us, it's like we've read up on it a lot. We've talked to a lot of people in the DID community, and we know that we have DID, but we really see each other as two individuals, and we want to proceed in life as two individuals. And we think also it's dehumanizing. And yeah, to get rid of one of us is to kill one of us. Yeah, and we can't do that. It's like our survival pact prevents us from harming the other person. We recognize each other as individual people. So yeah, we just need to figure out how to live together. Yeah, well,
is there a pathway to do that that you've seen?
Well, that's just it. We don't know. I think there's like we've read that like there is like some people seek out a fusion where they like learn to fuse their alters or whatever. But we've lived separate lives. Like she's gone out and she's been like a mom and she's like had lovers, and I'm straight and she's bisexual. So like we have our own histories, our own life, and to merge them is like it's just not possible because it doesn't make any sense from our own perspectives because we're totally different. Yeah, we're totally different. And like a boy to girl, we think like I think like a man and I think like a woman. So it's like we don't even always agree. Yeah. And so I don't. Well, yeah. So I don't know. I get kind of like upset at the current medical understanding because I think there's more to it, and I don't think they. Well, I know, but it's just it is what it is. Okay. Sorry. No, you're all right. Yeah.
They're totally valid critiques. I have no expectation that you
Okay.
silence those. That's fine.
Okay.
I don't think there's a role for there's not any medications that I would recommend. I would like to send messages to a couple of my colleagues to see if either they are available or if they have specific suggestions, because I don't think that you should go to psychologytoday.com and just call the 20 people, the first 20 people, because I think 19 or 20 of them are not going to be right for what you need.
And
what kind of inpatient?
Well, they were looking at like Cedar Hills and I think just like standard inpatient care, or like Unity, and New Narratives or something. Okay. It's sort of like they didn't, because they want to help us, but they don't know how, and they don't have any experience in this, or they don't really. I don't even know if they understand the rarity of this, or that it requires specialists, and so like they're trying to help, but we could use your help to like. Okay. Yeah, we don't know what to do. Yeah.
And are they like so something like Unity or Cedar Hills is not gonna be helpful. I mean, I don't think that you would be admitted to the hospital. They admit people because like they're gonna die if they don't get admitted. Basically, it's usually very short. It's a very short experience. It's I don't think that it would be a path to healing for you. And I'm talking about like these are like 3 or 4
Right.
med options.
Right,
There's
right.
a lot of other stuff to do. I don't have that menu
Okay.
to offer.
That's fine. I had a pretty good idea of the rarity of DID and like the resources available, and there just really isn't, which is a part of the reason I went online, is to try and raise awareness. But we were a little bit too. I don't know. Like the internet really. Yeah, they didn't know what to think of us, I think. Yeah. But wait, there was another question I had. Shit. Sorry, I didn't mean to. No, it's okay. Fuck, I don't remember it. Okay. All right. Well, maybe it'll come back. Okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
I have a lot of hope in the fact that I see respect going on between the aspects that live in this one body. I think that really is a very, very positive thing.
Yeah, we love each other. We love each other a lot. Yeah, it's hard to describe how much we love each other. Yeah, we've kind of like survived everything together, so it's like we now get to do life together, and it's really exciting. Like that was kind of the thing that we went into this, is we didn't really like understand the trauma and stuff that was attached to it. We didn't really understand like how this happened, so we were just like, oh my god, it's my best friend from like forever. Yeah. And we just like had a party, we enjoyed each other's company, and like we thought it was like the greatest thing in the world, and then we started realizing, oh no, we're more disabled and now we can't do things. And yeah, and it slowly like fell apart, and then the internet got really mad because they wanted to know like what trauma caused this, and yeah, it was bad. But anyway, yeah, that's that. Yeah, that's that. And any resources, or if you talk to your colleagues about it, just anything that can help would be super helpful, because we don't have many options. It doesn't feel like we have much options for help. Yeah, so anything helps. It really does.
Okay, good to see you again.
Good to see you
and
too.
I'm working with a doctor today. I hope it's okay if we meet together.
Yeah, totally. That's totally fine.
Okay.
Oh, thank you. Annika, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. I just wanted to make sure like I can say that I'm diagnosed with DID, just so that I can like, actually, and I can say that, right? Am I correct? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Just want to make sure. I wasn't sure if there was like some sort of process, and I sometimes heard that you had to like see a specialist. Did you find anything?
No, I didn't, and
Okay.
I asked people that I work with.
Is it just that there's no resources available because it's not well understood, or is it just?
There are it's a combination of kind of that there not being as many people with experience working with trying to help people with dissociative identity disorder, as well as just in general mental health resources being more scarce now than they have ever been before,
Okay.
because of COVID. There are kind of general mental health resources for like
Okay.
therapists who are in your insurance network. It's you could always start there and then gauge, is this going to be somebody who's going to be able to be helpful or not, but unfortunately it wouldn't be somebody that you'd be going in with kind of, this person has expertise in this area. Is there anything else that I can answer for you? Anything else that family have been asking about that you weren't, or other people that you weren't sure how to respond to?
No, I think that's it. I think like the big thing was like disability diagnosis, the inpatient care, that's great. And then the final thing was therapy. And so I think that's all covered. I'm disappointed there isn't more. That's really, really hard. It makes me want to go back to school, because it's really, there's nothing there. And I realize but still, I don't know.
Yeah, it's disheartening. It's tough, but we'll make it through, and we'll get a therapist, and we'll be fine. And they'll be understanding of our situation, and maybe we can like both get therapy.
That would be nice. I would like that.
So we'll be all right.
Okay. All right. Do you have anything?
No, I got nothing. I'm good. I'm good now.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we're both good.
Okay. All right. Well, I do wish that there was some, really awesome thing to point you in the direction of, but I hope that things are able to move where hopefully they will go for you long term.
Yeah.
We're survivors. We'll survive.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Yeah, we'll be all right.
Okay. All right.
All right. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.
Yep,
You too.
Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah.
Now, for the second half of this video, which I think is far more important than the first half of this video, I take full responsibility for what took place on my Discord server. It was my responsibility to keep everyone safe on that server, and while I tried my best to keep people safe, ultimately my best was not good enough. I had good intentions. I wanted to build a neurodivergent acceptance movement where everyone could learn, debate, educate, share, and befriend others like them, and connect and engage in discussion with vetted medical professionals to improve treatment for all of us. But as the saying goes, hell is full of good intentions and heaven is full of good works. I did not do a good work. I failed you. I failed myself, I failed James, and I failed the DiD community, and I own my failure. Out of ignorance and naivety, I made critical mistakes managing the server that put vulnerable individuals at risk. I hurt the people I cared the most about. I apologize to you for my failure. And I will live with the shame of that 2-week Discord server for the rest of my life. At the same time, I will never forget the amazing memories we shared. James beaming over fan art of him, the people we helped switch better, the young person who drove 2 hours to help free their beloved altar from dormancy. And I will never forget James reading The Hobbit and him doing Gandalf with me doing Bilbo to hilarious effect. Additionally, I take full responsibility for the videos we published on TikTok. While our videos were accurate to our brain and showed a real look into our lives living with DID, I was naively unaware of the risks of exploring a disorder on a public platform with minors, and for this I apologize. I did no research on TikTok or the existing DID community on TikTok before I joined, and I am deeply sorry for that. I had come out of denial with my DID only a month before and joined completely blind to the community as a whole without understanding fully TikTok or Discord or how careful you had to be in spaces with minors. I am deeply sorry to all those who were impacted negatively by our videos, and I apologize for not being more sensitive to the fact that children are using TikTok to copy and mimic others. This was a massive oversight on my part, and I am sorry. I simply wanted to share my life with the world and support myself in a way that did not involve sexually violating myself and James publicly for money. If you think my goal was to advertise my adult content, you are wrong. I have been trying to escape sex work for the last year, and ever since James came out of dormancy, my adult work has been violating and non-consensual. I had hoped to build a wholesome online career, goofing around with my soulmate, and finally leave this traumatic career behind me. I was passionate about helping kids love and accept themselves with this disorder and put an end to the fake claiming, gatekeeping, and hate and doxing that plagues this community's limited and vulnerable online spaces where child abuse victims need to be believed and validated are finding only more abuse at the hands of their fellow systems and singlets alike. I also take full responsibility for the release of our timeline, which put family members, including my 90-year-old grandmother, at risk of being doxxed and harassed. Going public in the way that I did put my entire family at risk, and I jeopardized their safety by not being smart about the information I released on the internet to appease my detractors. I was so desperate to be believed, after years of not having my own existence believed, that I hurt my own family. To my family, I am deeply, deeply, deeply sorry. I love every one of you, and I always will unconditionally. And so will James. James and I both look forward to our phone call with our mom every day. Everyone in our family is loved ×2. To the subreddit community, I am deeply sorry for initially assuming that you had bad intentions and you were bad people simply out to hurt me. You weren't. I see now that you had good intentions and are good people and were trying to protect the vulnerable members of this community, and I commend you for it. What you wanted was also what I wanted for my Discord server, to protect minors and vulnerable individuals of our beloved community. However, hell is full of good intentions and heaven is full of good works. Your assumptions about me, my disorder, my intentions, my past, and the contents of my character have been proven wrong time and time again. If you could not even get the simplest, most prominent aspect of me correct, that I have DiD and I have good intentions, then you have no credibility to judge any aspect of my life or my past or who I am as a person. You created an open forum that at its heart, exposing Jesse as a fake and a fraud, fake claimed a vulnerable child abuse and domestic abuse victim with severe DID using armchair psychiatry, concern trolling, fossil digging, gatekeeping, supporting rumor, suspicion, and speculation of my character, and providing a toxic den of pinned medical misinformation now proven scientifically by a doctor with a PhD to be wholly wrong and factually incorrect. You are responsible for your community just as much as I was responsible for mine. You had good intentions, but you did not do a good work. And if you can't take responsibility for your actions and being wrong and actively enabling a toxic, scientifically misinformed, anecdotal witch hunt, allowing hate groups to quietly feed off of your posts and comments that directly endangered my life and my family's lives despite your good intentions, to help others, then I will take responsibility on your behalf. To members of the DID community, I am sorry that this is the online DID community you have to deal with. I am sorry so many systems are being faked claimed, gate kept, harassed off social media platforms we have every right to exist on. I am sorry people like us can't easily share our lives, our stories, of our soulmates, and our truths about the abuses we have suffered. And I am sorry this community is eager to rush out with attacks and harassment instead of rushing out with compassion, teaching us all to grow and learn. By canceling me, you would have removed another DID voice, another DID story, and another DID artist from a community that needs positivity, love, belief, and validation. The only thing you have protected is the toxic culture that continues to destroy the mental health of valid systems who are excited to finally be accepted and loved for who they are, no matter how different or troubled their past had to be for something like DID to form. If those with troubled pasts can't talk about their lives, then the internet will only be full of frauds. Because all of our pasts with DID are troubled and dark and contain abusive individuals who ruin lives publicly and trap us in abusive situations we can't escape. If you are not a system, you have no say as to how our DID community should look. You have no right to dictate what a system should look like or how they should act. You don't get to box our members into your vision of what you think we should look like. If we choose to celebrate our lives and existences, then that is our God-given right. Our community doesn't belong to you, and it will not be shaped by you. Our community belongs to systems like us, not to singlets passing by and being offended by us not acting like broken husks. We aren't broken husks. We aren't a mental illness. We are people just like you. And this is our community, and this is what DID looks like. As for my future plans, I refuse to allow my voice to be dictated by a small group of medically misinformed individuals who are not only wrong about me, but have accused me of untruths over and over again, insulting both my character and my intelligence. I respect their good intentions, but I do not respect or condone their inappropriate behavior or abusive actions, even if you genuinely help a person. But also abuse them, no matter how bad of a person they are or you think they are. It's still abuse, and it is still wrong. If I have to leave this community, it will not be to appease them, but because I do not wish to die or have my family harmed by the bad work they have done in the name of good intentions. But I don't hold ill will towards these individuals or their community or the singlets and systems who engaged in them. I believe people are good-natured at heart and are just trying to do what they think is the next right thing. If I can forgive and love my parents for disabling me for the rest of my life with a disorder I can't even get specialized care for, then I can forgive all of you for the abuses you directed towards me and not believing me when I stood up and told my story and my truth. You made mistakes in the name of good intentions. We all do. And I forgive you. I hope someday you can forgive me for mine. While I ask for forgiveness, at the same time, you are not going to corner me on the internet or dictate my freedoms to me under the threat of violence or pain or libel like an abusive ex. I have given you more than I owe anyone, and I have removed my old TikTok, and the Discord is 3 months dead. No one is actively being hurt or in danger, and I am a threat to nobody. So if you go your separate ways, I'll go mine. If you have a problem with me posting my DID music and little updates about my life and disorder, then you can come kill me yourself. The local police know I'm at risk, and they will have you eating Oregon's finest dirt before you can split an altar. And if I'm killed by one of you, then at least I died standing up for what I believe in, and with my last breath, I will forgive you. I had hoped to find people like me. I had hoped to make lifelong friends and finally find a community where I belonged, where James, who spent the first 30 years of his life being his own person, could finally have some semblance of a social life and be seen like I wasn't seen for the first decade of my life. I had hoped to be welcomed into a community where I could finally be accepted and believed, a community that could help me live a happier and healthier life with my soulmate, in the absence of a medical community and society that offers so little help and support for those who are neurodivergent and feel trapped and alone and need help the most. To our supporters, I am sorry I made mistakes and messed this up. I loved sharing my life with you. I loved sharing the success stories of systems learning to switch faster and treating alters with love and respect and kindness. I wanted to build a movement where DID and plurality as a whole could be openly accepted and our community could be free of gatekeeping, fake claiming, hatred, and bullying. Unfortunately, I was not able to achieve these things due to my own failures and my own missteps, and I am sorry. I have let you all down, and I have let myself down. I can only hope my mistakes have paved the way for someone else to take that torch. Please, someone take my torch for all of our sakes. If your reaction after watching this video is, I want to hurt Jesse, then you have lived long enough to see yourself become the abuser. You'll go low and I'll go high every single time. To all those who fake claimed me, gatekept me, bullied me, and harassed me for having an advanced version of a disorder that stems from a lifetime of abuses you cannot fathom. You have not broken me, and you will never break me. Many have tried. All have failed.
I am a survivor of child abuse.
I am a survivor of domestic abuse.
And we
Are survivors of online abuse. You were wrong about us, and I'm still stronger than you. La 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 la. I leave you with this quote our mother shared with us this morning. If there is ever a tomorrow when we're not together, there is always something you should remember. You are braver than you believe. You are stronger than you seem, and you are smarter than you think. But the most important thing is, even if we're apart, I'll always be with you. Dolly bless and good night.
I was in my ex-fiance's car at the time. I don't know where we were. We were driving through somewhere. And maybe like even in a drive-thru or something. And I want you to continue it.
Okay. And the song Fireflies by Owl City came on the radio. And I loved it for some reason.
Yeah, you just loved it.
And you could feel me.
Yes, I could feel you loving that song and being happy. And then that was the first time I became aware of you. And I didn't know what you were.
Oh, I know.
But that was it. Like, that was the moment. That was like, that was had to be one of the first.
And then I remember stuff like the downstairs of our old house. I remember like you washing your Legos in the washing machine.
Yeah, it was pretty cool, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was really cool.
And what else do you remember? Because I think I know.
Yes, you know a little bit, like the alarm. Or the fact that we played an emulated version of Conker's Bad Fur Day, and Link's Awakening was also...
Yeah, because I had like an emulator.
Yes.
The first moment ever was Fireflies. And that is why your pet name that I have for you is Firefly.
I love you.
I love you too, Firefly. Well, now they know.
Now they know.
Today is Father's Day, so happy Father's Day. Today I'm going to play the banjo for you. I only have 1.5 songs, and the one song is about knowing only one song, so it's fitting. I also got you this t-shirt. But my ADD has been real bad, and guess what? I haven't had time to get out of the house and down to the thing because I have been scatterbrained. But here it is. The reason I got you this shirt is because I was in Target looking for a gift for you, and you said, "How's it going, Luke Skywalker?" As I was looking at this shirt. In case I was holding it too low. Yes. So, not only are you number one dad, but that means that you're Darth Vader. Well, with the asthma and stuff, that's kind of fitting, right? With the breathing problems. Old joke, but I've always been a Star Wars fan, so I am not feeling very well. So I am going to screw this up. The fact is that just my meds, they don't work anymore. I don't have to sing, and I don't know how to sing, so I'm sorry. I'm very sorry for what I have to do. You know, I'm going to make your ears bleed. I'm very sorry. Boil them cabbage down, down, bake them whole pigs brown, brown. The only song that I can sing is boil how you play.
Can you believe I'm here with you and you're here with me? And can you feel me relying on you as you're lying on me? And I don't know how, but you're hearing my sound, and I don't know how I ever lived without you. Lost my heart in a gutter on the side of the road. Daughter's his ex, and I hope she hears this song. Bless her soul. For my sin, I reckon I had to atone.